Welcome, everyone. Hello, and happy St. Patty's Day to everyone who follows and celebrates that occasion. And today I am going to be talking and sharing with you the grieving process and why the traditional old way, the old paradigm, really doesn't work. Because if you have been grieving for beyond a 2 week, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, that is not serving you. That is not allowing you to truly learn how to connect and be with your animal and spirit. So before we get started, I want to thank everybody for watching this live, and feel free. I'm going, after my presentation, I am going to open the floor for any questions you may have. And of course, if you're watching the replay, definitely type in your questions here about the subject area, because I'm gonna dive into 4 areas. I'm going to talk about the misconceptions around the grieving process. I'm going to talk about that paradigm shift. I was just mentioning how a paradigm is a way of thinking, a way of doing, a way of being. And this old paradigm, hello Nancy, this old paradigm doesn't work, because if it did, why are people still grieving after weeks upon weeks, years upon years? Why are people still feeling the emotional pain? And why do they feel like they're suffering? Why do they feel like there is a loss? Because they're thinking grieving is loss and it's okay. So I'm going to dive into that. And then finally, I'm going to take all of you through a 4-step easy process on how to make that shift, because it's energy. It is all about energy. Hi, Irene. Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Thank you so much for being here. Ooh, okay. That was a lot in one sentence. So also, and I don't know if you have been getting my emails. I think all of you have been, but if you haven't, you definitely want to subscribe, because I not only put out content information, I also provide sales and inspire you to dive in to learn more about your relationship with your animals, again, whether here or in spirit. And today at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my St. Patty's special is going to be ending. And that special it's only for my private and or combination group and private coaching. So the way to get the information and the way to get the discount link and to learn about my different coaching programs is go to my coaching link. The link is under this video as well as in my bio. Fill out my coaching application and I will send you the link today with all of my different coaching programs, and you can choose what best fits your needs and resonates for you. So, okay, let's dive in. Good morning, Lori. Good morning. How are you? Okay, so let's first talk about misconceptions. You know, people think that when we lose a beloved pet, that everybody has their own opinion and they're going to be telling you. So society, which is part of this old paradigm shift, society has this way of thinking. They'll tell you, of course, be gentle with yourself. Oh, yes, they're in a better place. Yes, they are. But they'll also tell you, oh, it was just an animal. Yeah, but that animal meant so much to me. Oh, it's okay. Just go get another one. There's validity to that, but they're not understanding where you are. Okay. And or society will just come by judging you. Well, you should be over it by now. Well, in a reality where they're coming from, that's only because they don't understand what you're going through because of the emotion. If they would only understand and come from a non-judgment way of, there's a better way. I understand your emotions and what you're feeling, but understand that your animal's with you. They are really with you. This is a beautiful transition, and take it from there. So understand whatever society is telling you and it doesn't feel right. Well, you're right about that, because they're usually coming from their own anxiety and their own fear. That's one misconception. Another misconception is the belief about death, the word death. I really think we should get it out of the dictionary, because When we're talking about life, when we're talking about life forms, a physical body, whether human, animal, nature, we don't die. They don't die. They just change energetic form. So understand this. You really have to dive in and understand what your belief system is about death. If you don't believe that, if you don't believe that everything is made of energy and that you are an energetic being and that you are a dimensional being first and foremost, and that you all have a connection energetically with your higher self, with your soul self, with your animals that both are physically here, as well as those animals that have transitioned, that are in pure conscious state. Well, that's where you need to start from. That's the place where you really need to start with from. And I will show and share with you how to do that in this live as we get closer and closer to those 4 steps. So understand belief about death, that nothing dies. And understand this also, that you always have a choice on how you want to think and feel. If it really no longer resonates for you, that death really, that term doesn't resonate. I know nothing really dies. I know my fur baby in spirit. I know they're with me, but I just can't feel them. I don't know why. That's a good place to start. That's a beautiful place to start. So be with that. Be in honor of yourself. If you're like, nope, I was told from the get-go, everything's dead. I was told. If that's where you are, then, I honor where you are. Then that's where you are. But stay with me on this live. Stay with me if you're watching the recording. Stay here. Finish watching, and perhaps something will click for you. Something will resonate for you to go, I do understand that aspect. Maybe there is more to this. So, another misconception about animals, and this is coming from the animals that I have professionally, as well as in my own personal life, where I've processed the when my animals have left the physical body, that when they leave the physical body, they are not sad, they are not in pain, they are not lost, they're not depressed, they're not judging us, they're not questioning why. They're not. That is what others who didn't understand why their animal left, what it is, what the transition is all about. That's the easy way to use it. And what it is, it's latching onto that fear because it's their own belief system. And it just grew over the millenniums of years. It just grew. It just grew. And it kept a lot of people stuck. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be stuck anymore. Understand that they are vibrant. They are pure consciousness. If the easy way for you to look at it is, you have a higher self. You are connected with your soul self. Well, that's where they are. They're connected with their pure, loving soul self. And it's energy. It's in a form of energy. It doesn't take on the 3D form, the body. It doesn't take on a hardness. It's just pure. That's why we call love and light. It is the quintessential, if you will, of being in love. Because love is not an emotion, it is energy. So the 4th misconception, and if you're not taking notes, hello, Jocelyn. If you're not taking notes, don't worry about it. You got the replay. Once this is over, it goes automatically to my live section on the replays. So the 4th misconception is kind of what I was sharing in this. The 3rd is, where do they go? What are they? Who are they? Why are they in that form? Well, it's not about going somewhere else. It's actually, they're all around us. Yeah, I know that's a hard concept to understand, but energetically, they are in a energetic space, if you will, of outside of time, outside of the linear way of being, the 3D way of being. They are pure dimensional beings. And guess what? We are pure dimensional beings. We are just here in this journey, okay, as it is part of the journey of experiencing, of awakening to our true self, which is our pure conscious state of awareness. And what better way to learn how to experience that than being with both our animals in the physical state, as well as learning how to connect with our animals in the energetic, in the transition of being pure consciousness. So they are energetically have transformed into their higher selves, that conscious higher state. And they're all around you. And it's when your frequency, when your vibration, and they've already taught you this vibration, you're just not consciously aware of it. The vibration is of that unconditional state of just being. And what do we first know about unconditionally living? Unconditionally living, love. That is the state that they are in. And that's the frequency that they are always in and sharing with you. But it's very difficult to go, oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do feel you. Because when a person is in a low frequency of anger, depression, regret, feeling desperation, feeling that separateness because you can't physically touch them or feel their fur, right? That's a separation. That's that duality, okay, of here and over there. And what I'm wanting for all of you, good morning, modern goddess. Thank you so much for being here. What I want all of you watching during this live as well as on the replay, and I thank you for both of all of you for doing that, is you always have a choice and you are always in control of what you want to feel and experience. So as I first started off with talking about our energies and that paradigm shift. The shift is understanding that the old ways of thinking, and I talked about that in the beginning of this, of processing a loss of a pet. You've got to understand that it's not about them physically not being here anymore. It's not about the old ways of feeling. What it is about is understanding, again, you are an energetic being. You can tap into the frequency anytime you want. And that it's also understanding how to surrender and let go of the old ways, that it doesn't work. And that once you surrender, going, yeah, you actually start feeling better. You start feeling light as a feather. You start feeling the unconditional love that they've been showing you all throughout your journey with them. So that paradigm shift is understanding you're an energetic being. You're not first and foremost living in the 3D world. You first and foremost are an energetic being because you are full of life. You are full of being. You choose. Oh, wow. Can you smell it? Yeah. Can you feel it? Yeah, I can. Close your eyes. You can go anywhere you want. That is what it means to be energetic. And secondly, because you're energetic, you don't have to be fixed in one place at one time. That's the linear way of thinking. Now, some of you are going, wow, she's really out there. Yeah, I am. But you can be too, while at the same time grounded, focused, using your intuition and rejoicing with life and following your passion all at the same time. So this paradigm shift starts with your unconditional love, connecting with your animal. Connecting with your pet, because it's powerful, it's real, and it starts because they're already showing you that unconditional love. You can close your eyes right now. Think of your animal knowing all the different experiences when they showed you unconditional love. And it could simply be when they were looking at you while you were feeding them, while you were preparing their food. You're like, they're really happy. They're really excited because they're hungry, but they also are grateful for what you're doing for them. Is that not unconditional love coming from them? And you feel really good. Now, I'm going a little longer in this example. While they're still physically in the body, or even now, while you're like, oh my God, I got to feed the dog, I got to do this, I got to do that. Well, now you're not being unconditional to your true self. You're not being in that frequency of just joy and happiness and love and being in the present moment. It's a great example. But you can always shift. You go like, oh my God, right. I need the shift. That's all it takes. It's just like that. You don't think about it. You just go, it's becoming aware. When you become aware, which is why I'm doing this live, when you become aware that you're a pure energetic soul being made of such amazing love energy, which is why you gravitate to animals to begin with, because that's what they're made of. And when they leave the physical body, they're infused with it all around you. That is your pure awakening. So when we let go of fear and learn in the 4 steps that I'm about to share with you, you will connect deeper with your animal and spirit. You will get messages and you will start understanding them. So now, here, you might want to grab a pen and paper. Good morning, SB. Good morning. Good morning. So glad you're all here. So you may want to grab a pen and paper. If not, no worries. You can watch the replay. Now, in the beginning, with these 4 steps, it may take you like 15, 20 minutes. That's fine. But the goal is that eventually it won't take you any time at all, because it's just a shift. It's just like, okay, this is what I really want to be. Boom, done. So the first step is you definitely want to align yourself in that calm state. So you do want to do some deep breathing, sit quietly, make sure you're not interrupted. Okay. And if you have other fur babies that are physically with you, that's fine. Do it in a space where they can come and go with you, because you want to honor them and they're going to actually guide you and help you along the way to help calm you. But you first have to be calm in your mind. You have to be calm in your body and in your emotions. And starting with using your deep breath, inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. You could do it like 10, 15 times. Allows you to just quiet everything. And if it helps you, place your hands on your center and say, I am centering myself. I am grounding myself with my breath. So that's the first stage that's the first part of the first step. The second part of the first step, we're still in the first step, is as you're calming your mind and body and your thoughts, you're now setting the intention that I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this. And you want to feel your passion, knowing I am going to connect with them. I'm just going to focus on my love and their love that I feel in my heart. And I know that my heart is connected to them. This prepares you. Setting the intention that you're going to do this allows you to shift your vibrations and your feelings. And you're going to go from feeling those guilty feelings, the anger, the frustration, the depression, to feeling light as a feather. Because what are you doing? You're breathing, you're calming yourself, and you're setting the intention. So that's the first step. The second step, once you're there, once you're feeling that inner calmness, is just start a conversation with them. But it can't be coming from desperation. It can't be coming from a separation. Oh, I can't feel my baby anymore. You got to go back to the first step still. If you're feeling that, you got to go back to that first step and just align your energies. Go, I know I can do this. I can do this. I know you're with me. I know you're watching over me. I know that. So in the second step, you can just start your conversation without any worry. And if you're doing this right, it's not about asking them if they're okay, because you already know they're okay from listening from the very beginning of this conversation, of this, what I'm sharing with you in this video, that they are more than okay. They're no longer in pain. They don't feel the body. They're not worried. They're not upset. They're not angry with you. They don't have any guilt. They're not suffering. They're not lost. They're rejoicing. They're rejoicing in love with you and for you and by you and in you. That's where they are. That's what they are. I mean, how powerful is that? So that is step 2. Just start having a conversation. Whatever resonates for you. Now, step 3, while you're in this space, I want you to stay in that unconditional love for yourself and for them. Because if not, what happens is you fall prey to the old way of being, the old belief system that you were incorporating up until watching this live. It's very important. You got to be in check with your emotions, because if you're doing this right, it really just flows. It just flows. And I recommend, if there is a belief system that is still keeping you locked in and not relaxed and not feeling that light as a feather and not feeling being in that unconditional love in the present moment, it just means that you need to go back to making a list of the beliefs that are very low vibration. I can't get over the guilt. I should have done this. I should have done that. That's a belief system. Write them down. And I definitely recommend, I have a free meditation. It's in my website. Use that meditation to allow you to process that. You can also fill out my coaching form, because this is what I do in my private one-on-one coaching, and I take aspects of this in my group coaching as well. So if you're really stuck on the step 2 after watching this recording, this live, then go back to my website and fill out that coaching application. Okay. So again, step 3, it is really changing the frequency. And if you're hoping, that's a word people don't talk about. Hoping implies doubt. Hoping, I hope I connect. I hope this happens. You can't have hope. I know what you're saying. Even the Bible, even the, in religion, they talk about hope. Even people say, oh, I hope you feel better. It implies a level of doubt. Just say it for yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about. So be careful of that. Don't come from there. Go back to step 1. But just ask your question and be still. This is the second part of in your step 3. Once you've asked a question, now you're in that space of unconditional love. The key is just give yourself, give them the space, so that, of course, they're going to answer you, but so that you can receive the information. Because remember, it's about fine-tuning. You are a station. It's about fine-tuning yourself. It's about fine-tuning your antennas, if you will. It's about being the receiver and the transmitter, so that you can actually be in that present moment with yourself, in that unconditional love with them. Because if you're not receiving the information and you're not feeling good and you're not feeling calm and you're not feeling that, I just know it. If you're not there, hi, Onyx. Onyx came down and said hi. Then go back to the first step. It's really, really important to do that. Now, step 4, practice. But step 4 is really important, because if you say, well, I've done it and it doesn't work, guess what? That's a belief system. You're right. It doesn't work, because you've already put that's the frequency. However, that's the old paradigm, giving up. It's not for me. I'm just going to, take my medicine or go shopping and spend more money and I'll feel better that way. Which shopping is fun, but that's not the answer. I love to shop. But that's not the answer to address what really doesn't resonate for you. But step 4 in practicing, if you're consistent with this, what you will find is each time you're doing this, it won't take you 15 minutes or 20 minutes. You'll just automatically be there. It's just like, oh my God, I feel you, Sassy. I feel you, Spice. I feel you, little Tommy. Thank you. Yes. And while you're like, oh my God, because you're thinking of them, they're with you. That's a sign and signal. That's a sign and signal. Go about what you're doing and ask them more questions or have a conversation with them. Yeah. Now, multitasking, like as you're driving and have a conversation, that's really cool. Or as you're shopping, and you're picking out some grocery items, you're going, oh, wait a minute. You told me when you were physically in the body, you told me it wasn't good for me and I didn't listen. I'm going to listen to you now. Those bags of potato chips really aren't good for me. Okay, I'll put them back. These are just examples. Anything and everything is possible. So step 4, this is what you need to do. You need to practice because this is how you transform yourself so that you're no longer grieving, but instead living in the present moment with them unconditionally. And you're not judging yourself. Your life is full of passion. You are excited and you are experiencing even more amazing opportunities, both with them, with and perhaps other dogs that are, or other animals that are physically with you, and or in your relationship in your life. So that is my process. That is the shift that you need to be making. Does anybody have any questions for me? Any general questions at this point? If not, that's okay. You're probably processing this. If you're watching this on the replay, definitely put in any questions you have. And if not, I want to thank all of you for being here. And I'll give it a minute or two. If nobody has any questions about the 4 steps, they're pretty super easy, but it's not about overthinking it. If you're overthinking, that's a belief system. If you're finding yourself where you've got the past coming back of thoughts and feelings, that's part of that belief system. Okay. All right. Well, it doesn't look like anybody's posting any questions. And if not, I will end this live with such gratitude. I am so grateful for all of you watching. I'm so grateful for all of you being here. Jocelyn, do they send you images when you connect? Beautiful question. So when you're in the process of quieting the mind and body and you're asking the question and you're then the third step is just giving space. What you're doing is being that antenna. You're going to allow your intuition to come through. So your intuition of all or any of your senses. So yes, you can see images come through because that's information where for you, it's part of your senses, it's part of your intuition, and your brain is processing it so that you are able to acknowledge and become aware of the information. You can hear things, you can see them or see the words or see an image, or you can close your eyes and see things, or you can feel things in your body that transmit as information. You can hear things, you can smell things. I got a colorful image of my girl right as I was falling asleep last night. Beautiful, beautiful. Now that colorful image has information in it, and it could just be pure love. I am here with you. You are beautiful. Modern goddess. The message more than likely is this is a reflection of who you are beyond the physical body. But take this in all that you do in your 3D world with love, with passion, and allow your passion to flourish. Powerful message. I felt love and happiness from her. Exactly. And see, this proves exactly. Now, modern godness, I don't know if you're an animal communicator. It doesn't matter. You are allowing the information to come through, and your senses are allowing you to process what your animal and spirit wants you to know. And this also reflects how he or she is doing. Beautifully. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Jocelyn, thank you for your question. Does anybody else have any other questions? And it could be about the process. It could be about maybe experience you had and you're just not sure. With help from you and others, I'm becoming better at getting. Yes. Just understand you are a dimensional, unconditional, loving being. You are such full of light. You have so much to offer. Your presence here in the physical body is more than just a physical body. So just go with the flow and follow your passion and ask your animals in spirit for their guidance. If there is something you're passionate about, maybe you can't make a decision about it. Maybe it's a couple of things. Ask them, where should I go with this? Which direction should I go? I'm so excited about all of this. I want to do it all at once, but I know that's not realistic because I want to stay focused on one aspect at a time so that I can follow through with it and stay focused and be in the present moment. I'm just giving you an example. It's really powerful how this paradigm shift, truly, there's no reason to even have grieving in your vocabulary anymore. Does that resonate for you? Please comment in the comments right now if that concept, if that energetic idea resonates for you. And if you're watching the replay, comment below. Yay or nay? Simple yay or nay. Okay, well, amazing. For sure. Irene, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, everybody, if nobody else has any questions, I'm going to end this live. But all of my information, yay, Modern Goddess, thank you. All of my information is below this video. Jocelyn, thank you. Yes. If you have any questions, feel free to put them below this video and I will respond accordingly. Have a wonderful Sunday and I will see you next week. I'll let you know what we'll be doing and I'll be putting out more of my polls so that I can get a better feel of what really you want more information on, even if it's just more animal, free animal communication readings. That's cool too. Happy St. Patty's Day. All right, everybody, until next week, love you all and have a fantastic rest of your day. You are so welcome.